What happened?
It was around 9:30 p.m. Saturday when we saw this scene unfold. Here you can see police pull out a young woman from this car, then the driver. Why? An officer on the scene who was in Atlanta police gear told us police signaled the car to stop because another officer was in the road. The officer told us when the driver didn't comply, police surrounded the car. That same officer alleges the driver reached for something in or near his pocket. The passenger, he says, was told to get out of the car. He alleges that she didn't comply, and that's when they forced their way in. The driver was tased and arrested. The passenger was also arrested. We now know that driver is Morehouse student Messiah Young. The passenger is a student at Spelman.
I didn't even get out of the car. I don't even know.
Morehouse issuing a statement on Twitter saying their student service leaders are mobilizing to help both of these students and are on top of the situation. The video has already made waves on social media, and a GoFundMe page set up for them has already raised nearly $48,000. Atlanta University Center presidents issued a statement this afternoon saying in part that the two students were, quote, detained with unnecessary force, adding that, quote, while we understand the need to maintain order, the abusive behavior reported to us is completely unacceptable. The Atlanta University Center presidents say they've also spoken to Atlanta Mayor Bonhams as well as Atlanta Police Chief Shields to request a thorough investigation and appropriate action.
All right, Elwin, thanks a lot. We witnessed that live last night, so let's check in with Brendan Keefe. He's live right now at the Atlanta Detention Center. And Brendan, the Morehouse student's dad was there all afternoon waiting for him to bond out. What's the latest, sir?
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Ron. His dad was here waiting for him to bond out. And what's really interesting is here at the Atlanta City Detention Center, also known as the ACDC, by the way, with lots of protesters, we're going to talk about those in a second, but the dad was here. He was going to talk with us, but then he left with another man who had come to him with some news and some information. We are hearing, thanks to Andy Parati from a source, that the city is looking very closely at that arrest, looking very closely at what happened, and there may, may be some activity on that case and something to do with either the officers or those arrests.